Guys, in this video, let's see how to create a CI/CD for on-prem deployment. I have seen many videos have no clarity on how to do CI/CD for on-prem deployments on YouTube. In this video, I'm going to give clear picture. How can we implement this CI/CD on-prem? Let's go ahead and see. So for this video, I'm going to use Azure Devops as platform for creating the CI/CD. So I hope you all have the code pushed into your repo. So here I have pushed the code and the repo name is hello world. And here, let me first tell you like what is the first thing that we have to do to enable CI/CD for on-prem deployment. Open pom.xml file of your project, and in here you should see a Maven plugin. Okay, so under this you should have to add a configuration of type on deployment. Okay, so in this we have to give application name, mule version of your application, and as we are going with the on-prem, you need to give the server name, right? You and target type would be server because that is an on-prem deployment. And you also, if you have any variables, you can give. Here I have one variable called environment, right? And we are going to use connected app for all the permissions for the independent platform. Okay, like for example, if you have, for example, we have to download the raml, right? So we need to have the permissions. Instead of going with the user id and password, we are going with the connected app. Okay, here we need to give the connected app client id and connected app client secret, and the connected app grant type is client credentials, right? So this is the main thing that we need to configure in pom.xml file. And after this, so we are done with configuration in our app. Right now, let's go ahead and create the pipeline. So for CI/CD, we have two types of pipelines. One is the build pipeline and another one is the release pipeline. In build pipeline, what we are going to do is we are going to create a package, right? We are going to create a package, and then we are going to use that package in release pipeline in order to deploy the app. So click on pipelines, and here click on new pipeline, and here select the classic editor, use classic editor. Here you need to select the project. You have to select the project and repository. Repository is where your code is pushed to. So here hello world is my repository name, and you have to select the branch. So and then click on continue. Right here, click on empty job, and here we need to add few jobs to our agent. Okay, so here type Maven and add this, and type secure, download secure file, add this one also, and add cache, search for copy to, and add this. Okay, copy files. We also need to add publish artifact, type publish pipeline artifact, add this. Okay, so now so here we need to give our goal. So here I'm giving it as package, so that we can create a package for our application. So here in secure file, we need to give the settings.xml file. Okay, so you can if you have it uploaded, it shows something like this, a settings.xml file. Else, so click on this button, click browse, and browse for your settings.xml file, and click open, right? And that will get uploaded, and you can see that here, right? And let me show you what this settings.xml should contain. Okay, uh, so in settings.xml, we should have a server with an ID mule repository and company name. For example, if you are creating this CI/CD for some client, you should have to give that company name dot nexus and nexus password. Okay, and then in you need to add one more server with an ID endpoint exchange. And you can give whatever version you want. You can give v2, v3, and the username have to be as is same like this. And in the password, you should give the client ID and client secret of the connected app that you have created in an open platform. Okay, and also you have to add a repository under profiles with the ID endpoint exchange v2 and name is exchange repository. Then you should have to add a URL something like this containing your organization ID, and you can find this organization ID in an open platform. Okay, I have all these configured. Let me show you those. We want to build pipelines. So here you can see this order is mandatory. You need to follow this order. Okay, so here we need to give an output variable name. So I'm giving it as MVN settings, right? And we are going to do some catching. Like, for example, from POM file, we need to download all the dependencies, right? So instead of downloading it every time, we can catch it. And if we found something new, it will download and it, it tries to catch. In Maven pom.xml file, I'm trying to skip the minutes and this, sorry, and this is to refer the settings.xml file. Okay, in copy files too. So here we tried creating the package, right? And we are trying to select the jar file and pom.xml file. These are required in release. So we are going to move this content from this source directory to this particular folder. This is something like a staging, and we are trying to publish the artifact. So publish artifact is nothing but we are trying to publish the jar file and the pom.xml file so that we can use them in release pipeline. So now we're done with the build pipeline. Now let's go ahead and create the release pipeline. In releases, click on releases. uh, Here click on place new, click on place new release pipeline. Now here click empty job. Here we can give our stage name something like dev, prod, QA, and all, right? Now let's add an artifact. Okay, so artifact is nothing but the one which we tried publishing just now. Okay, we are going to select that pipeline name bp hello world, right? Click add. So that one got added here. Click on this icon. For example, if you want to put any pre-deployment approvals, you can do this from here. So here click on job, one job. And now we need to add few jobs here. Type bash and add this. Type maven, add this. Okay, now here our goal is different. It's not going to be package. I have uh, configured this already. Let me show you those things. Here you can see in bash script, what we are trying to do is we are trying to create a variable, or we are trying to set a variable which will pick our jar file which is published from our build pipeline. Okay, and then we are trying to use this variable in our deploy, maven deploy. So here you need to select our palm file. You can click on this, go ahead here and in drop. Here you can see pom.xml, select this and click OK here. Here OK should be enabled for you because this might be the first time that you're doing, but I have already added it, so that's why it's not showing me OK here. You know, once you click on OK, you see something like this, right? And our goal is only to deploy. If you know Maven lifecycle, you know there is something difference between deploy and mule colon deploy. Here in mule colon deploy, we are trying to just deploy. There is a difference. You know, you can go ahead and there is a difference between deploy and mule colon deploy. You can go ahead and search for that. So we are trying to use mule deploy here, and we need to pass whatever our app is expecting. We are trying to pass client ID and client secret of our connected app, and also the server name and the environment, and also mule artifact. This is our jar. Okay, so we are trying to provide our jar over here, right? So this is what we have to do with our release pipeline. Okay, now let me try triggering these pipelines manually. Okay, so if you go ahead here and click on run pipeline, click run, you can see a job is running. Now let's go into release pipeline that should have triggered. So yeah, release pipeline got triggered. It's in progress. Bash script got ran. It's trying to deploy now. Let me pause here. Welcome back. Now you can see that uh, our release pipeline got succeeded. That means our app got deployed in on-prem. If you find the video interesting, consider liking the video and subscribing for the channel. Thank you so much.